Okay, so I'll try to keep this non-political because it's more of a commentary on the way some things are in relation to what's been going on in Florida. So recently, and I'm not going to name any names, but some asshole decided that he would trot out that old, tired excuse for people that don't want to take responsibility for what's really going on. That video games are the cause of mass shootings. Now, this isn't a new trope. Well, I don't even know.
Or this is how angry. I may require maintenance after all.
I can't really even call it a trope. But I mean, I've been playing video games for as long as I can remember. Video games have been an important part of my life. The video games have led to some incredible opportunities, incredible memories, incredible life experiences. The people I've met from having a common interest in video games are people that have helped shape my life. You know what video games haven't done? They haven't made me shoot up a school. Never have. And mind you, I've played a lot of games. I'm old enough to tell you that I played Wolfenstein 3D when it was still on a floppy disk. I used to install games like Doom and Quake on my computers in high school. And just like anybody else, I went through trials and tribulations in high school. I went through bouts of depression. I went through, what a teenager goes through. But you know what I didn't go through? I didn't go through with the mindset that I wanted to shoot up a school. Now, in my household, my father wasn't there. I have not seen my father in quite a few years. But as I was growing up, he was not a part of the household. So, I was raised by a single mom who was working her ass off to make sure that we were taken care of. And you know what came from that? Me not having the desire to shoot up a high school. And I'm not the only one. Because school shootings, while common, and I'm not going to pull out any stats or anything like that. We'll just say that they're common. While they are common, the amount of people who play violent video games reaches into millions. So it's funny that apparently video games, which has a successful rate of not generating crazed psychopaths, because I'm not going to say mental illness, because yes, depression and being bipolar, yeah, I'm sure that's a part of many of these individuals' problems, but at the same time, you have people, like the Joker said, you have people that just want to watch the world burn. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I've seen death. I've seen people that have died from gunshots. I went to a public high school next to one of the largest projects in Chicago. And even for that, you didn't have people that wanted to shoot up the school. Because what was the point? You see, for all the murders that happened in Chicago, you don't really hear about school shootings. Even though Chicago has some of the, you know, well, some people say most stringent gun laws, and then they immediately reflect on homicides. But for the most part, none of those are school shootings. I've never wanted to shoot up a school. I can't even fathom the mind of a person that would. But to blame video games, well, that's just wrong. But it's so easy, you know. It's the it makes sense in the minds of these people. Violent video games cause, well, display.
New alert marked on position 10-0.
Violent video games display violent imagery. Violent imagery creates violent impulses. And violent impulses lead to violent actions. And while there may be some truth to that, I believe that the missing equation is the person. Does the person want to kill? Because if that person wants to kill, it doesn't matter whether they've ever played a video game. And I mean ever played a video game. Because, you know, people used to say the same thing about rock and roll. They used to say the same thing about Dungeons and Dragons. You know, it leads to Satan. You know, it encourages kids to act violently. You know, and marijuana is another thing. You know, it's like, oh, it makes people act something other than what they're supposed to act like. You know, it's like they want to blame everything without actually looking at what's causing the issue. And to me, I feel that that is dishonest, especially without any proof. If I say something that is false, we'll just say it's false, and you call me out on it, and you present evidence that shows that what I said was wrong, I can admit I made a mistake, or yes, I am incorrect. But these people, these politicians especially, they'll just sit there and claim that video games lead to this and that, and then they'll selectively quote from, you know, one study or one research paper and completely ignore everything else. Video games have brought more people together than they have generated mass murderers. I am one of those people, because I will never shoot up a school. I have no desire, no intention. I want to see children grow. I want to see them mature into adults that contribute toward something towards society. I only want to see the best for children. So I just, as a gamer, and I am a gamer. I have always been a gamer. I consider myself a gamer. If someone was to ask me what am I am a gamer. As a gamer, blaming video games for the actions of mass murderers is a lie. It is dishonest. It bears no truth. Okay. I just wanted to get that out. I mean, I felt that way for a long time. You know, back when Columbine happened, they blamed Doom and Wolfenstein. No, I think it was Doom and Quake. And you know, it's like those were to blame for these kids killing a bunch of people. even though there was no proof, because no one had done any research. At least not that I'm aware of. I could be wrong. Well, enough of that. That's not what you... Well, that may be what you came here for, but I'm going to do something else. Oh, Amprex, you beautiful, beautiful weapon. Two Forma. That's what it would take.